because you said that. You shouldn't have said that. But do it. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم نحمده ونصلي ونسلم على رسوله الكريم أما بعد فأعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم وقالوا لولا أنزل عليه ملك ولو أنزلنا ملكا لقضي الأمر ثم لا ينظرون ولو جعلناه ملكا لجعلناه رجلا وللبسنا عليهم ما يلبسون صدق الله العظيم. Every Thursday we have our seerah, which takes place, and in which we discuss the life of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and we try to take lessons from the blessed life of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, because there is no greater role model, there is no greater individual for the believers than Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. The mushrikeen and the kuffar of Makkah Mukarramah, they raised an objection against Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And they said that if Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wanted to send an individual for the guidance of people, then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala should have sent down an angel. Because angel is a creation of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala which is very pure, very unique. And an angel will be able to guide the people because the angel doesn't have any ulterior objectives and motives. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, addressing this particular objection raised by the mushrikeen, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala states that وَلَوْ جَعَلْنَاهُ مَلَكًا لَجَعَلْنَاهُ رَجُلًا, that even if we were to send down an angel, it would have to be in the form of a human being anyway. Why? Because a human needs to relate to a human being to gain guidance in their life. If an angel was to be sent and the angel lived their life according to their being, then the human will not be able to gain guidance from this. So which is why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says that we would have had to send the human anyway, so why not send the human in the first place? Which is why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala sent down Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Because in the life of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam there is guidance. Whichever condition an individual finds themselves in, whichever situation a person is faced with, a person can gain from the life of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam's life was multifaceted. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam's life was very comprehensive, and an individual can gain from the life of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Last week we explained the marriage and we discussed the marriage of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam with Sayyida Khadija radiyallahu ta'ala anha. Now this was also a very important and integral part of the life of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, marriage. And how Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam engaged and interacted with his wives, and how Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam brought up a family. This is something which we also need to understand from the life of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. As mentioned last week, that it was Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam's character which attracted Khadija radiyallahu ta'ala anha towards Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, his integrity, his trustworthiness, his character, his morals, his ethics, his truthfulness. And similarly, it was these very characteristics which were to be found in Sayyidah Khadija radiallahu ta'ala anha. That is why after the demise of her husband Abu Hala, she was proposed many a times by the nobles of Makkah Mukarramah. But she refused each and every one of them. And she just waiting for the right person. And Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, when he got this proposal, he made mashwara with his uncles. And Abu Talib was there, Hamza radiallahu ta'ala anhu was there. And Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam made mashwara with them. And Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam was informed that yes, she's a very noble woman. She was known as At-Tahira in the time of Jahiliyyah, the pure one, the chaste one. This was a very important trait. And Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam was told by his uncles that yes, this is something which you should not hesitate. And despite the fact that she was 15 years senior to Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam was in the prime of his youth, 25 years old. And Sayyidah Khadija radiallahu ta'ala anha had reached the age of 40. She had reached the age of 40. But despite this fact, Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam accepted this proposal and took her in his nikah. Why? Because he knew that the true happiness, true contentment, true peace and tranquility within the household is not dependent on beauty. Rather, it is character, it is morals and ethics which define an individual. And this is what Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam mentions in another hadith, where Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam says that an individual marries for many, many different reasons. تُنْكَحُ الْمَرْأَةُ لِأَرْبَعٍ لِمَالِهَا وَلِجَمَالِهَا وَلِحَسَبِهَا وَلِدِينِهَا. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam says that there are many other reasons why an individual gets married. But Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam says if a person wants to be successful, فَاظْفَرْ بِذَاتِ الدِّينِ, then look at the religiousness of an individual, the piety of an individual, the character of an individual. If the piety, if the character, if the morals are there, then this will make this matrimony a very, very beautiful, strong bond which inshallah will last forever. And this will not last forever, not only until a person depart from this world, but last forever in the sense it will last till eternity, because the marriage which remains intact in this world, this very marriage will remain intact in the hereafter in Jannah as well. So such is the beauty of this marriage. And this is why Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam says that فَاظْفَرْ بِذَاتِ الدِّينِ, if you want to be successful, if you want happiness, if you want contentment, then piety should be the fundamental thing in marriage. And that is what we should understand within our own lives, those that are married and those that intend to get married as well. And specifically here, the two parties that are going to undertake this blessed matrimony of nikah, that we need to bring piety within our lives. We need to understand what piety is, what taqwa is. Taqwa, piety, is that an individual abstains from the disobedience of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. That is the khulasa. That an individual abstains from the disobedience of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. If an individual abstains from the disobedience of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, then a person is conscious of all the responsibilities and rights that are upon that individual's shoulder. Allah has placed certain rights and responsibilities upon our shoulders in terms of performing salat, in terms of giving zakat, in terms of ensuring that we don't lie, in terms of engaging in halal dealings, and similarly the rights and the responsibilities that come with the wider community, where the neighbors, the parents, so similarly the husband and the wife and the children. This is also included within the rights and responsibilities of an individual, which Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has placed on an individual's shoulder. So when a person is conscious of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala holding me to task that if I don't do this, Allah will question me. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will ask me that did I fulfill the rights of my wife? Did I fulfill the rights of my child? Did I fulfill the rights of my husband? Did I fulfill the rights of my father? Did I fulfill the rights of my mother? Did I fulfill the rights of my in-laws, of my extended family, of my neighbors, of my friends? When a person is conscious that Allah will ask me, and he has this, that no, I do not want to displease Allah and I do not want to disobey Allah, then a person will ensure that they fulfill this responsibility. And this is found in the life of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Now Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam would say to the Sahaba kiram radiyallahu ta'ala anhum, khayrukum khayrukum li ahlihi wa ana khayrukum li ahli. That the best amongst you in the social life and from a social perspective is that individual who is best to his wife. And thereafter Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam says, وَأَنَا خَيْرُكُمْ لِأَهْلِي. And the way I deal with my wives is the best, is more better than any of you. So this is Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam addressing the Sahaba kiram radiyallahu anhum. Addressing the Sahabiyat radiyallahu ta'ala anhunna, Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam would say to the Sahabiyat, that look, if there was somebody who I would command to prostrate to another individual, I would command the wife to prostrate to the husband. Meaning the wife needs to be obedient and respectful towards the husband as well. So this is Islam. It addresses the responsibilities that are upon an individual. What we always think that this is my right. I have the right to do this. Why is this person not doing what my right is? Why is he not fulfilling my right? Why is she not fulfilling my right? Why is he not doing this? Why is she not doing this? Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, when addressing the congregation, he would address them of what is due upon them. So addressing the Sahaba, he would tell them that look, you need to fulfill the rights of your wives. Addressing the wives, he would say, you need to fulfill the rights of the husband. And when this becomes one's mizaj and one's nature, that I need to fulfill the rights of others, automatically, if the entire community does this, everybody's rights are fulfilled. If the husband takes this upon their shoulder, that I need to fulfill the rights of my wife, my parents, my children, etc., and then the parents, the children, the wife take it upon them that I need to fulfill the rights of my children, my husband, my father, whatever, then automatically the community will be a very flourishing, fruitful community. And that is what made Medina Munawwara. And that is what made Islam flourish. Because the Sahaba kiram radiyallahu anhum and the community which Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam built in Medina Munawwara understood this responsibility that we need to fulfill the rights of others. That is why when they went to the Persians, and what did they say? That why have you come here? So he said, ابتعثنا الله لنخرج العباد من عبادة العباد إلى عبادة رب العباد. That Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has sent us with this responsibility that we take the people out of the worldly objectives and we ensure that their objective remains hereafter. This is our responsibility, so that is why they went out, they left their homes, because they understood this responsibility upon us. So it is important that we understand our responsibility as Muslims, as husbands, as fathers, as sons, as parents, as members of the community. Whatever role we have, we need to understand our responsibility. And our ultimate responsibility is that we are obedient to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. In our 24-hour life, we are obedient to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam at the time of nikah would recite 3 ayats. Now when a person thinks of these ayats, then in reality they have no connection with nikah, besides 1 ayat possibly. But otherwise, the common theme of all 3 ayats recited at the time of nikah is taqwa, taqwa, taqwa. In this, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, through Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, is telling us that look, during all your entire life, whether it is a time of happiness, whether it is a time of grief, whether it is time of joy, whatever it is, you always need to be mindful of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We always need to be mindful of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. My respected Hazrat Ahmad Barakatum always says that when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given us this happiness, then why shall we please everybody except the individual who has given us this happiness? We please everybody except the one who has given us this happiness. Allah has given us this happiness. At the time of nikah, we need to ensure that we always please Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and we don't do anything to displease Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala grant us the tawfiq. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala grant barakah in this nikah. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala safeguard it from all types of fitan, difficulties, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala protect one and all, and grant us the ability to connect ourselves with Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, his seerah, and bring within our lives the sunnahs of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Wa akhiru da'wana alhamdulillahi rabbil alameen. Wa sallallahu ta'ala ala khayri khalqi Muhammadin wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in. The nikah today is of Umar Nakhuda and Samira Desai. The mahr being 851 pounds, mahr Fatimi, it's been given. The wakil and the representative on behalf of the bride is the father, Haji Ibrahim Shabbir Desai, and the witnesses at the time of the ijaza and the permission of Brother Irfan Desai and Brother Ahmad Baywadi. She's given permission. You heard the permission? Pay the nikah. إن الحمد لله نحمده ونستعينه ونستغفره ونؤمن به ونتوكل عليه ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا ومن سيئات أعمالنا من يهده الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلل فلا هادي له ونشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له ونشهد أن سيدنا محمدا عبده ورسوله أما بعد فأعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله حق تقاته ولا تموتن إلا وأنتم مسلمون يا أيها الناس اتقوا ربكم الذي خلقكم من نفس واحدة وخلق منها زوجها وبث منهما رجالا كثيرا ونساء واتقوا الله الذي تساءلون به والأرحام إن الله كان عليكم رقيبا يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله وقولوا قولا سديدا يصلح لكم أعمالكم ويغفر لكم ذنوبكم ومن يطع الله ورسوله فقد فاز فوزا عظيما صدق الله العظيم. Haji Ibrahim Shabbir Desai, you are the wakil and the representative on behalf of your daughter Samira. Do you give Samira in the nikah of Umar Nakhuda with the mahr being 851 pounds? Brother Umar, Haji Ibrahim is a wakil on behalf of his daughter Samira, and he gives her into your nikah with the mahr being mahr Fatimi 851 pounds. Do you accept her in your nikah? I accept her in my nikah.
I accept her in my nikah.
Barakallahu lak wa baraka alayhi wa jama'a baynakum fi khair. Alhamdulillahi rabbil alameen wa al-aqibatu lil-muttaqeen. والصلاة والسلام على رسوله النبي الأمي الكريم. اللهم لك الحمد حمدا دائما ولك الشكر شكرا دائما. اللهم لك الحمد كله ولك الشكر كله وإليك يرجع الأمر كله. اللهم لا نحصي ثناء عليك أنت كما أثنيت على نفسك. يا حي يا قيوم برحمتك نستغيث. يا حي يا قيوم برحمتك نستغيث. يا حي يا قيوم برحمتك نستغيث. نستغفرك ربنا ونسألك التوبة. اللهم أصلح لنا شأننا كله ولا تكلنا إلى أنفسنا طرفة عين ولا تنزع منا صالح ما أعطيتنا. اللهم بارك لنا فيما أعطيتنا وقنا واصرف عنا شر ما قضيت لنا. اللهم بارك لنا فيما رزقتنا واغفر لنا وارحمنا. اللهم إنا نسألك الهدى والتقى والعفاف والغنى. اللهم إنا نسألك العفو والعافية في الدنيا والآخرة. يا أرحم الراحمين يا أكرم الأكرمين forgive all our sins يا الله. وارحم الراحمين forgive all our sins يا الله. وارحم الراحمين يا أكرم الأكرمين. Not a day goes by يا Allah when we haven't displeased you يا Allah. وارحم الراحمين, yet if you look at your favors يا Allah, not a day goes by where you have kept us hungry يا Allah. وارحم الراحمين, not a day goes by يا Allah where you haven't يا Allah fed us يا Allah. وارحم الراحمين يا أكرم الأكرمين, all these favors يا Allah you bestow us يا Allah, yet we continue to disobey you يا Allah. وارحم الراحمين يا أكرم الأكرمين, accept our sincere tawbah يا Allah. وارحم الراحمين يا أكرم الأكرمين, make us true Muslims يا Allah. وارحم الراحمين يا أكرم الأكرمين, make our exterior Islamic يا Allah, make our interior Islamic يا Allah. وارحم الراحمين يا أكرم Akram al-Akrameen, let us, Ya Arhamar Rahim, bring into our lives the true sunnah of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, the true lifestyle of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Wa Arhamar Rahimeen, Ya Akram al-Akrameen, whatever shortcomings, Ya Allah, we have done, Ya Allah, and committed within our lives, Ya Allah, overlook these shortcomings, Ya Allah. Grant us the ability to do good, Ya Allah. Wa Arhamar Rahimeen, this nikah which has taken place, Ya Allah, this is an ibadah as well, Ya Allah. Wa Arhamar Rahimeen, through the barakah of this ibadah, Ya Allah, forgive all our sins, Ya Allah. Wa Arhamar Rahimeen, accept this ibadah, Ya Allah. Accept this nikah, Ya Allah. Make it a means of, Ya Allah, strengthening their bond amongst themselves and with you, Ya Allah. Wa Arhamar Rahimeen, Ya Akram al-Akrameen. Wa Arhamar Rahimeen, grant them love, Ya Allah. Grant them affection, Ya Allah. Grant them mahabbah, Ya Allah. Wa Arhamar Rahimeen, that love which you granted to Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam and his wives, Ya Allah, specifically Khadija radiyallahu ta'ala anha and Aisha radiyallahu ta'ala anha. Wa Arhamar Rahimeen, grant them that love, Ya Allah. Wa Arhamar Rahimeen, allow them to fulfill their responsibilities, Ya Allah. Allow them to fulfill each other's rights, Ya Allah. Wa Arhamar Rahimeen, grant them pious offspring, Ya Allah. Wa Arhamar Rahimeen, Ya Akram al-Akrameen, make their home an Islamic home, Ya Allah. Wa Arhamar Rahimeen, within their home, Ya Allah, grant them the ability to provide Islamic upbringing to their children, Ya Allah. Wa Arhamar Rahimeen, Ya Akram al-Akrameen, whichever marriages, Ya Allah, there is difficulty, Ya Allah. Wa Arhamar Rahimeen, remove these difficulties, Ya Allah. Safeguard marriages, Ya Allah. Safeguard them from all types of fitan, Ya Allah. Safeguard them from hasad, Ya Allah. Safeguard them from all types of evil eye, Ya Allah. Wa Arhamar Rahimeen, Ya Akram al-Akrameen, allow them to flourish, Ya Allah. Wa Arhamar Rahimeen, allow them to, Ya Arhamar Rahimeen, overcome the difficulties, Ya Allah. Overcome the obstacles, Ya Allah. Overcome the disagreements, Ya Allah. Wa Arhamar Rahimeen, grant the two families, Ya Allah, mahabbah, Ya Allah. Wa Arhamar Rahimeen, Ya Akram al-Akrameen, grant this entire community mahabbah, Ya Allah. Wa Arhamar Rahimeen, Ya Akram al-Akrameen, accept this community, Ya Allah. Wa Arhamar Rahimeen, accept each and every one of us, Ya Allah. Wa Arhamar Rahimeen, Ya Akram al-Akrameen, grant us all the goodnesses that Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam asked for at the time of nikah, Ya Allah. Wa Arhamar Rahimeen, Ya Akram al-Akrameen, whatever, Ya Arhamar Rahimeen, qualities Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam mentioned of the husband and the wife, Ya Allah. Wa Arhamar Rahimeen, allow each and every one of us, Ya Allah, to have within our lives, Ya Allah, these qualities, Ya Allah. Wa Arhamar Rahimeen, those who wish to get married, Ya Allah, grant them, Wa Arhamar Rahimeen, a pious spouse, Ya Allah. Allow them to facilitate for them to find a spouse, Ya Allah. Wa Arhamar Rahimeen, Ya Akram al-Akrameen, those who are hopeful for children, Ya Allah, grant them children who are clueless of their eyes in this world and the hereafter, Ya Allah. Those who are finding it difficult in terms of children, Ya Allah, and finding them difficult to, Ya Arhamar Rahimeen, give them the correct upbringing, Ya Allah. Wa Arhamar Rahimeen, allow them to stay steadfast upon the deen, Ya Allah. Wa Arhamar Rahimeen, allow them to stay steadfast upon the deen, Ya Allah. Wa Arhamar Rahimeen, grant us all the goodnesses of this world and the hereafter, Ya Allah. Wa Arhamar Rahimeen, safeguard us from all the difficulties of this world and the hereafter. ربنا تقبل منا إنك أنت السميع العليم وتب علينا إنك التواب الرحيم رب اغفر وارحم وأنت خير الراحمين سبحان ربك رب العزة عما يصفون وسلام على المرسلين والحمد لله رب العالمين برحمتك يا أرحم الراحمين. Just a quick request that there are classes taking place in both the side rooms as well, so please do not make too much noise. There's plenty of space outside the wuzu khana, so if the brothers could make their way towards there, if the immediate family members make their way, then inshallah everybody else will follow suit as well. So brothers are requested that please do not congregate within the masjid and make noise because you will disturb the classrooms. Jazakumullahu khairah.